Hello again, guys, girls, and everyone in between. Thank you for everyone who watched the last video and commented and liked. It really means a lot. I had a bunch of fun last time making the video, so here I am again making another one. Hooray! Today I'm breaking down another one of my tracks from the EP that I'm gonna release sometime in the near future. It has kind of the same vibe as the last one, but yeah, before we get into the Ableton session, I'm gonna show you a little preview, a little snippet of how the song sounds, and then I'll see you in the Ableton session. Okay, so here we are in the Ableton project. Again, quite a lot of things going on. So let's just start from the top with the melodic elements here. The main chord element of this song is this E piano right here. This is just a stock Ableton instrument. It's called E-Piano Basic. I've just turned down the attack tone, the release noise, the force and the growl, and the amp a little bit. Then I've added a tape Lo-Fi to the sound with the Rhodes Warmer preset. This is just to give it some drive, saturation, and also to give it some stereo width with the flutter and the wow effect. Then I have a small low cut at around 100 Hz, and then I have a Valhalla Vintage reverb at 16% mic with the chamber preset. So in the intro we have that E-piano, and then we also have this splice loop, this ambient splice loop. Sounds like this. I've just pitched it to the right key of the song, and then I've also drowned it in some Valhalla Vintage reverb at 100% wet with the ambience preset. Also in the intro we have these vocals. Sounds really nice. This is just a Mondo Loops sample, just a long, breathy sound, holding one note, and then I've just pitched it using the little alter boy, automated the pitch around, so it matches the chords that are playing in the other instruments. Then I've pitched them a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, and put on some reverb on the individual tracks. Then I've grouped them together and used a really cool plugin called Crystallizer by Soundtoys. It just adds a higher pitched level. I don't exactly know what it does. It just resamples the sound, pitches it up in weird ways, reverses some of the sounds. It's a really, really cool plugin from Soundtoys. I got the bundle when it was on sale on Black Friday. Highly recommend you get that bundle whenever it's on sale. There's also some other great plugins like Decapitator and Little Radiator. I also use later on in the song. Just a bunch of high quality effect plugins. The crystallizer sounds like this. It only comes on at the last drop. The crystallizer layer sounds like this. So it like resamples the sound, pitches it up, reverses some of the sounds, and together with the original sound sounds like this. So it just adds a nice high pitched layer to the sound. Then I've drowned it in some reverb and put on some soothe because there were some frequencies that really stuck out and pierced the ear. That's one of the only downsides with Crystallizer. It kind of makes it sometimes a little piercing to the ear. So soothe helps up there. Then I've put on a little bit of a low pass and a little bit of a high cut. Also in the intro we have a little piano melody here. This is again the Imagiro piano too. Then I also introduced halfway through the intro this guitar element. This is just a pluggy guitar thing with drowned in reverb. Also coming into that, I've done a little bit of a reverb reverse tail, just to transition into that sound. Obviously I have some rain also. So yeah, that's the intro. And then we come into the drop. All those melodic instruments I mentioned, they stay also in the drop. The only thing that's introduced here in the first drop is this E-piano melody. Same E-piano as the chords. Then I have an EQ, some ping pong delay, and a Valhalla vintage reverb again. Then also in the drops, we of course have some drums. They sound like this without the kick. I have 2 snares I've layered. This one, very, very low in the mix. I don't even know if you can hear it. It's just a lower pitched snare, and then this one. This is like a dark rim sound. Every 4th hit of the snare also have this reverb snare delayed, just to give it some variation in the drum groove. Then I have this hi-hat right here. Some EQ and some RC20 on the hi-hat with a bunch of distortion and some of the magnetic turned up, and then some EQ cutting. Then I have this shaker loop from under loops to give it some stereo in the drums. I haven't even EQ'd it or anything, just straight in from the sample pack. Then this shaker. This one I've done a low cut and a little bit of a high cut. Then this was shaker loop here. Then this tappy percussion loop kind of thing. And then this Foley loop. Into the drop, there's this little drum fill right here. Very Foley kind of drum loop. In context, it sounds like this. Just to transition into the drop. On the drum bus, I have some EQ, just cutting out the intense lows. Then I have a SSL comp, just to glue it all together. Then I have this tape LOFI again, to give it a little bit of drive. Again, just to glue the sounds together. And then I have a compressor doing some sidechaining to the kick. Speaking of the kick, I've layered 2 kicks together. This one and this one. Together they sound like this. I like my kicks to be very soft, not too hard hitting, and very subby. Then for the bass, I just have a simple sine wave sub bass for this song. I've introduced a little bit of distortion just to give it some harmonics to punch through the mix. Then of course I've sidechained it to the kick as well. All the drums and the bass sound like this. Into the drop, I have a bunch of transition elements, mostly some lasers and stuff. Everything sounds like this together. This one right here is like a kind of laser, but also a riser. And then I have a faller, also kind of lasery. Then I have this breathy harmonic swell thing that I've pitched to fit the key, and then this laser riser. Yes, and another laser. All of this on the individual tracks have a bit of delay and a very long reverb. Into the verse part, I have this, again, harmonic kind of riser. And a reverse crash chimes kind of thing. Here in the verse, if we can call it that breakdown, I have some of the same elements, the E-pianos and the ambient sound. Then I introduce this guitar melody. Just to give it some variation throughout the song. It also comes back at the end of the last drop here. On the guitar chain, I have the same things I have on the other song I broke down. Tape LOFI to give it some drive. Bit of flutter and wow effect. Then an EQ, CLA 3A to control the peaks, some delay, and a Valhalla vintage reverb. And then a final EQ just to fit it into the mix. So the only new thing that comes in at the last drop here is this arpeggiator. just to give it some variation and make sure that everything doesn't sound the same throughout the song. I've used a serum preset called Such Relaxation, very fitting for the song. And then I've put on a ping pong delay and a bunch of reverb and an EQ to fit it into the mix. So the last drop with all the new sounds sounds like this. So yeah, that's how I made this song. Again, this song is for an EP I'm working on, 5-track EP. I don't know when I'm gonna release it. Gonna finish it first and pitch it to some labels and hope someone wants to release it with me. I'll let you know when I have some news on that. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. And if you're new here, interested in my music, there's a link in the description for my link tree where you can find my Instagram, my TikTok and my Spotify profile, some of my music if you're interested. And also, don't forget, someday things will get better. See you guys.